transaction, the payment method. So we're using our card, Visa or MasterCard. We're going to select that, click on that, and then confirm. So now we need to decide on how much we want to pay. So I'm going to select $50 for the purpose of this. Right, so $50. So I guess with $50 I get 46.76 USDT. So if you want more than that, you might have to increase the cost. So how much you're purchasing. So you might decide I want $60. I want $50. So I can't do 46. I might have to go up to $55, right? Well, 55, right. So I want $55 will give me 51 USDT. I will click add a new card because this is the first time I'm using my card. Input your card information. Sorry, I must have confirm, and then you continue with the transaction. So that's how it's done. All right. So that was an easy process, right? And I literally recorded it in what, 2 minutes, right? How to really add your card. So once you've verified, you can just add your card, and that's Binance, and it's quite similar on any other network. Trust Wallet, I know, is the same. That's the one I use most of the time. You add your card and you go ahead and you make your purchase of your crypto within minutes. Once your bank don't give you any problems in purchasing. And usually, especially I'd say for the Jamaicans, what I have noticed is that maybe your first transaction won't go through just because, again, they're securing your funds. Just call your bank, let them know, no man, it's me, it's nobody else. And within an hour, they will release your fund, or you can try again, right? So that is what I have so that is it. It's an easy process, right? So in the process of owning our business, it's important that from the onset we kind of know, get a crypto account. If you don't have one now, I really hope that when you leave here today, your crypto wallet, you need a wallet, right? So if you don't have one, please, when you leave here today, I know many of my team members don't have wallets yet, and that's something we're going to fix, all right? To ensure that we are where we need to be. Oh, so thanks for that point, should I? And that's why we're here today too, part of the process. So I don't use NCB for anything crypto related. They're a very difficult bank. I would say CIBC or Scotia. Scotia is the one that I used to purchase all my crypto. Okay, Teresa is asking, can you someone transfer funds from Binance to bank account? Not quite, no. There is a process. I'll get to that when I talk about withdrawal, okay? So give me a minute to get there. So that's not, there's going to be there, you need an intermediary. You need another what they call it, off ramp, another account, another platform, all right? But let me get there. I'll get there in due time. So we at the funding the account. You fund the account, you okay. All right, so those are some good recommendations in the chat, right? So some banks don't, but for me, I know in Jamaica, I purchase my crypto from the Trust Wallet, but I use Scotiabank and I don't usually have any problems. Maybe once I think I just was purchasing too much at one point, so I had to call again. I guess they got a little bit concerned. I had to call again and they allowed me to go ahead with my transaction, right? But no, so it's really an easy process as I showed you, right? Can take place in a matter of minutes. So let me get back to the slide. So you're funded there. So after doing that, you purchase the crypto. The next step for you is to actually fund your account, right? So I'm going to share another video. So I have a lot of videos because I realize over the last couple of months, I've created so many videos in the process of helping my teammates
create their accounts. So I just pull up all of those videos for the presentation today. So let me go ahead and is this the same video? No, I want to stop this video, not this one. All right, so let me, no, not you. Oh, that video is in my WhatsApp. Then let me go to my WhatsApp. All right, so this video that we're going to look at, ladies and gentlemen, is really a video on how to, so now you have bought the crypto with your card and the crypto is sitting in your wallet, right? So you now need to get that crypto into your DSJ account. You need to get that crypto into your DSJ account so that you can start trading, because that's what we do here. We trade, so we need money in the account to trade. So let me share with you.
So what we're gonna do is go through the process.
I'm talking and not sharing. So let me share with you, and I'll probably drop some of these videos and also the PowerPoint in the groups when we're through. That process of actually now funding the accounts. I have the money, I buy it with my card, it's in my wallet. How do I get it on the DSG to start trading?
Of how you fund your DSG wallet from just pause this here. Right, so how do you now fund the DSG account? So you are going to get your address. That's the deposit address we spoke about. You're going to get the deposit address. So going back to the main page, above the orange line here, we see withdrawal and then we see deposit. You're going to select deposit. After selecting deposit, you're going to copy the link. Then you are going to go to your wallet. So let me use my Trust wallet. You're going to go to your wallet and you are going to look for the USDT. So at that point, you'd have more than $11 in a USDT account. You'd have either 300, 500, whatever you're funding your wallet with. You're going to click on that. Right, so that's the USDT TRC20. You have to make sure that it is the USDT TRC20 Tron. I mean, you can also use the Ethereum. The truth is you can fund your account with almost, Bitcoin, any of those options. And I might just walk you through that process, another training, but you can use any of these options. But we're going to be using Tron, the USDT TRC20, for the purposes of this presentation. So I'm looking for it, the USDT TRC20, because that's the address I got before, right? So you have to make sure you get the right address. So I got the USDT TRC20, I could have gotten the ERC20 that has a completely different wallet address. I could have even selected any other currency. I could have gotten Bitcoin, which has a completely different wallet address, right? I could have gotten USDC, which has a completely different wallet address. But for the purposes of this presentation, we're going to be using USDT, specifically the TRC20. That's the wallet address. So since I selected USDT TRC20, you have to make sure now USDT TRC20 always starts with a T. I am going to also find that wallet in Trust Wallet. I'm going for that one, my USDT Tron, right, which is the same TRC20. Do you see it at the top there? USDT TRC20 Tron. Tron is the network, right? So now I'm going to be sending my money to the DSJ. So I click send. And I paste the wallet address that I just got from the DSJ, for me, I always check to make sure. It usually is, but I just probably a little cautious. I kind of memorize the first three, whatever it is there. So I have a TR1 at the beginning, and I know it ends with a 5NR. So I'm going to go back to the DSJ and check TR1, and it ends with 5NR. I am absolutely correct because I know that once my money go, it can't be brought back, right? Can't do anything there. Then I'm going to put in the amount. Say it's 300 you're supposed to send. I don't have enough, but that's fine, right? And then you click next and you submit. And after that, you submit. You wait about 2 minutes and you ensure that it goes through. Now, different wallets have different requirements for sending. So, for example, on Trust Wallet, I have to have some TRX to send. So I have to have TRX. TRX is what I use to send. So it usually takes me about 2 TRX. Well, $2, which is a dollar sign, which was about like so if I was sending, I actually would not have enough TRX at this point. So I'd have to go buy some TRX or something like that, right? So this wallet requires you to have Tron. Now the other wallets I like because I don't have to. So like Binance, on Binance, I need to have I don't need the Tron, right? They'll just take it from the money. So they'll say, I probably have a sending 300. I need to make sure I have 301 or $302. They'll take it from the money. But in Trust Wallet, I need Tron. Other wallets take it directly up.
Right. So that point that I cut off there is so OKX does that too. I think for every transaction, no matter how large it is, OKX just takes $1.50. So if I just want to send um $1,000 to OKX, I just want to make sure I have $1,002 in my account so that the $1,000 goes over, right? So there are fees. So they take it directly, but others require that you have gas fee. So Trust Wallet, you'd have to have gas fee on the network. Since it's a Tron Next network or TRX is a network, you need to have that. So you'd have to purchase that separately. So I do like those that just take it from the money rather than my having to purchase get the gas fee, right? Or purchase it on the network. I guess it's all gas fee. All right, so that is basically what you do. So after you do that, you check a couple minutes later, you go back into your account, you click on assets, and you see the money there. You are now almost ready to trade, right? Almost. Polygon is much faster and cheaper, Dorel says. All right, so please bear that in mind. So the Polygon will take less than the dollar or the $2, or you have to still buy the. How does that work? Let me know. We're learning here together, right? So I'm not going to promise you that I am the expert on all the crypto stuff. As I said, I think I'm more a BG person than a crypto person. All right, so that's where we're at. So I'm going to go back to my little slide that just kind of guides us through the process, right? It's not what we're focusing on, but it is my guide. So let me go back there. So next up, as I said, your money is now on the DSG, but you're not quite ready to start yet, right? Because now the next step is to activate your account. So let's call this step 3, right? So step 1, create the account. Step 2, fund the account. Step 3, activate the account. How do we activate the account? We activate the account by first downloading the app that we use here. So let me just share this PowerPoint. So first you have to download the app we use here, and the app we use, ladies and gentlemen, is called it's called BunChat. BunChat is our app, right? So the first step, and this is something we get directly from BG. The first step to get started, you have to download the BunChat app. You can do that in Play Store, App Store. You download the app. After downloading the app, you then are asked to for the, what's the term again? Help me out, somebody here. You're invited, the code. They're asking you for a code, right? What is the code called? Um,
IP address, the IP,
no, it's not the IP, the S,
The
I think,
server,
The invite
the
code.
the server,
that one.
server,
the
Okay,
server. There we
the
go, the
server,
the
server,
right?
server, yes.
right? The server code. So you put in the code at this moment. At this moment, anybody who comes in and is new, they will use the code BG2601. And this is the code you always use, right? Even if you lose your phone and you come back, you put in your BG 2601 and you go from there, ladies and gentlemen, right? So you download the your invite code, you put in the BG2 the server code, it'll ask you for server ID or something like that. You put in BG2601, then you click next. Now, here is something that always trip people up. And I guess you guys have, probably all of us who have signed people know this, right? When we click on it, the first option you see is they put in at the login screen. But if you are new, you're not going to log in. You're going to look to the bottom of the screen. Look all the way down to the bottom. Go down to the bottom. And then it will say sign up, something like new account, sign up now. A lot of times when we send a link to people and they go to the next page, they start putting in and we start having problems, right? That page that comes up is for people who have accounts already. So the first thing, it will be to log in, right? So go to the bottom, look to the bottom, tell them to look to the bottom of the screen and you'll see the prompt, new account. Okay, so it's changing, Trevor. So please note the comment in the chat by Trevor that says, as of tomorrow, March 19, 2026, we're going to have a new login. So that's BG2602. The business is growing. That's a good sign, right? So BG2602 is the new login. So I'll update that from the next time I'm presenting, right? So you look to the bottom, click sign up, or it has a prompt that says new account, sign up now, something along the line. Tashana, you're writing on my screen. We don't want to do that. All right, so then now next up, you want to enter so after that, you're going to have to fill out your information. So select your country, um, um, enter your mobile number, and then it will give you a verification code. So it will send that verification code to your telephone number most of the time, right? So most of the time after you click the put in your select where you're from, put in your telephone number and you click get code or something along that line, it will send a code to your phone number. Now, in a few cases, it does not send the code to your phone number. That's fine, right? Maybe after a second attempt and it doesn't send the phone to your phone number, it will give you a prompt that says, did not, this is not word for word, but it will give you a prompt along the line that did not receive verification code, try email. So if the phone number doesn't work, you can try email. You click on the try email link and you put your email address in and it will send an email, send the code to your email. You put in the code, you press continue, right? And after that, we're at step 4, where you then create a username and a password and then tap sign up to register. Step 5, a very important step, you need to upload an avatar. After logging in, you need to go in and you'll see the image too with the avatar there. Upload a picture of yourself, right? A picture. Well, I'd say a picture of yourself, but I've seen people uploading pictures. But I say upload a photo of yourself, a photo, right? It's a requirement that you must put up a photo. So if you don't have one now, please go and put up one. And because I know we're going to hit ranks and stuff like that too, and you're going to need a photo for your promo card and all of that. Don't delay the process. Don't have Elena have to ask you like a display pic, right? Don't have Elena have to ask you I need a photo of you. Put it up. Be ready, right? All right, so that is really it. So once you've downloaded Bond Chat, the next thing you're going to do is that at the top of the screen, there's going to be the option to search. And you are going to click search. You see on the last one here, number 5, you see right at the top. I know it's not very clear, but at the top there's a search bar. And you're going to search for Elena03, ELENO03. Somebody can type that in the chat for me. Elena03. And you will search for her, click on her name when you find her and say hello. And Elena will take it from there, right? She'll ask you some questions, you answer the questions, and at the end of that, your account will be activated and you will be ready to trade, right? You'll be able to do the next trade, right? She'll also ask you at the end to reach out to the professor. Go and say hello to the professor. Again, you do the same thing you did to find her. You go to search at the top, at the front of your screen there. I click on something there. I don't know what I click on. You go to search right there and you look for Elena. You look for Stefan 03. STEPHEN 03, no space for both of them. You say hello to the professor and he will ask you a series of questions. At the end of that, your account is activated. You can now begin to trade, kind of, not quite. All right. So to begin to trade, you have to also have your money in your trading account, right? We do not begin trading, and I've seen this happen a couple times to new people. You do not begin trading just like that, right? You have to transfer your money. Am I signed out again? Oh Lord. All right, let me log in. You have to transfer your money to your trading account, right? So let me log in here because it's a new thing, so it doesn't have my thing saved. Link. All right. So let me share my screen. So we're going to the trading. We're going to the DSJ again, right? So you come onto the DSJ and your phone again, I say is a little different, but it's the same things, right? So at the bottom right hand corner of your phone, the last option you have there is assets. You would click on assets. On my computer, it's at the top here, right? So when you go into assets, your money will be in the exchange. No, I'm not going to transfer this today, but your money is going to be in the exchange, right? And you're going to transfer. So you're going to click on transfer because your money is going to actually be here where this $800 is. You cannot trade from the exchange. You need your money in the trading account where this $3,000 is. That's what we're doing. We're moving, right? So we need to move the money that when you initially start up, is going to be in the exchange. You need to move it in the trading account so you can start trading. So you will click on transfer. It's at the top there. You'll see withdraw, deposit, and then transfer. You will set up where you're moving from exchange to trade. And you are moving from exchange to trade, right? And you're going to, of course, it's USDT that you're sending over. And you can click all. And all your money will come up. The balance I have is 800. So the 800 will come up. And then you click transfer. Once you click transfer, it will tell you that it's successful. And what you'll see is that all your money, that money that you had in exchange, all of it will be reflected in trade. Now, let me tell you something, people. A lot of times people are like, but I don't understand because the total assets is the same. The total assets will always be the same, whether you have your money in trade or transfer. Especially I find that is when people have monies differently. They're like, but the top didn't change. The top should never change, right? Because your total assets is 3,800. It gives you everything, right? So even if I had 1,000 over here and 800 over there, it doesn't matter. My total assets will always look the same, So please don't look at the total assets. Look at what is in the exchange and the trade and know that the money was this. And when I move it over here, it became that, right? Because that's different. So I've had a few people said to me that, but but the money don't move, especially when they have money that they put from one account to the next. The money don't move. I said, yes, your money move. My account though, yes, it did. Right? But you were just looking at the total assets. Look at the account, the exchange and the trade. All right, so you move your money over there and you are ready to trade. You're ready to trade, right? So, and to trade, I'm not going to do a full trading tutorial. Well, I'll just do some quick, right? To trade, we know we go to invited me. We copy the code. The code is always placed in bond chart in our trading times. That's what I'm telling you. It's a legitimate trading. So you trade it. Anything else we do, I'm not gonna mention. The the code is placed in bond chart. You copy the code from bond chart. You paste it in the please enter the order code. You click confirm, and you just want to make sure that your trade is placed. So you go to position order to check. If the trade is placed, it will be saying pending. So it will be pending in red. And that means that the trade is waiting to be executed, right? So you're good. You're good. If it's in red and it says pending, you're good. You can go about your business, check back in an hour or so to see if everything went well. You click on your historical orders and you'll see all the things that took place in your trade. So with that, you continue to trade, you do your trades, you do your trades, you do your trades until we are often told your money doubles. What's the typical win rate? Um, so 99.6% is what we speak to. So it's a 99.6% success rate that we have. I can show you my account. So that's something. Now, the next thing I want to touch on, to even in alignment with that, I might be mispronouncing your name. Please forgive me. Um, I want to touch on, but I want to go to futures. I want to touch on, so you trade, right? BG gives you a policy that says that you can double your money within 60 days. That is the policy. Now, I want to talk about that, and I want us to understand our back office and our trade amount and this whole doubling your money in 60 days. Now, I am going to go back to invited me, and you can get an idea of even the question that Shade asked in terms of your win rate, all of those things, your trading history. You can get some information on that by going to invited me, clicking on copying history, and Shaddai. Okay, great. Thanks for that. So clicking on copying history, and you will see everything about your trades, right? So it talks about the total amount of the order. I want to talk about these things, right? The total amount of the order. What does this mean? Now, every time we place a trade, remember, we're told that 1% of your total account is used to place a trade, right? Just 1%, right? So let me just move this out of the way for myself. 1% of that account is used to place a trade. So for example, you see my order amounts over here, 29.95, 29.67, 29.47, 29, all of that. That's 1%. So the last trade that was done today at 6 o'clock, at 6:58, at 5:30, 6:50 for my time, they took $29.85 my order account. So that mean amount. So that mean I had 2,900, 2,900, 2,009. Math is not my strong suit. $2,985. That, right? I had $2,985 in my account. So they took 1%, so that's $29.85. Now, how do they determine that 1%? How do I determine the order amount? So this is what is used to determine the total amount of the order. So you see here $8,674. So basically, when you add up the order amount that they've taken from my account historically, like I have done 512 trades in my time here in BG, 512 trades. If you add up the amount of money or the amount times the 512, well, if you add it up, it will be 512, right? If you add up all my money, the 29.85, the 29.67, 29, all the money that is taken as the order amount, it comes up to $8,674.36. You guys understand where I'm coming from here? Tell me if I don't know if this might be a little confusing. Carlene, you don't. All right, that's fear. Right, as I said, so let's go again. Orion says no. Right, that's why I asked. I know this part confusing. All right, let me see. Say I started BG yesterday, or I started BG 2 days ago. So you seen these 4 trades? If I started BG 4 days ago, and I started with say $2,930, right? My first trade would be 1%, so they would have used $29.30. And then I made a profit of $18. So my next trade would be 29 20 2000. My account at the next trade would be $2,948. So they use 1%, so it's $29.48, right? So I would have done 4 trades. So I'd probably been, if I were in BG since the 17th, right? I would have done 4 trades. Those 4 trades would have totaled 29 times 4. Let me just round it up to $30, right? 60, 60. Those trades would have totaled $120. You with me so far? Tell me if you walk with me down the road with one accord. All right. Yes. So those trades would have total $120. So if you would look on my order amount here, so it would say the total amount of the order is $120. Right? But because I've done more than 4 trades, I've done 512 trades, the total amount of my order is $8,674. Got it? I need you to understand this before I go on to my next point. So just tell me if you have it. If you don't get it, then everything breaks down from here. Hold on. I need to go back. I clicked off. Oops. Copying history is where we go. All right, got it. So we get it, right? So that's my order total, and I have profited 5,200. So this is how much I've earned over the from following orders, right? And should I ask about my win rate? It's 99.41% in trade. That's pretty good. Miss Vickers, go ahead. Well, okay, go ahead with your question. And this I'm open to questions at this
I have a
time.
quick question since you're here. Where in the back office here do you find like your withdrawal when you withdraw? Is it back here somewhere when you make a
Yes,
withdrawal?
I'm gonna show you where. I'm gonna show you where. So we're going to go to that
Okay,
next. But let me finish up this point then, since that's not
okay, no
quite
problem.
related to it, and we're going to go to that next. That's absolutely
Okay,
next, right?
okay,
So
thanks.
my profit from following trades, it says is $5,292. Right? Oh, and just pointing out, I started with $300. So I've made $5,000 profit on my like a $300, you know. Not complain about that. All right. I think that's kind of weird though, but yeah, profit from following trades. I think how you work it out, though, is in the 8,000 minus 500. I saw a video one time, but I not quite. But it said the profit from following trades is 5,292.41, right? Where am I? Right. So I said this to say, I came here to say, remember, we were talking about the fact that we were talking about you trade until it's time to withdraw, right? Now, let me tell you now how you know about your withdrawal. And you all can, while we're doing this, I want you to log into your own, but I hope you are following on your own back office, right? So here is how you know you are ready to withdraw. So although we tell you wait till your money double, there is actually understanding this order amount helps you to understand when you are ready to withdraw. So what we really mean when we tell you say your money must double is that your order amount must be equal. Coming to your Carlene, let me finish this point. Your order amount must be equal to the amount you put into the trading account. And I'm very careful with saying put into the trading account. So say you started with $525. You opened with a $500 account. You were given a $25 bonus. You never added anything to the account. You are going on, you're going on, and you reach 50 days and you're like, I wonder if I can withdraw. You can check your copy history. And if your order amount says it's 525 or 546 or 570 something, then you know for sure that you can withdraw. You might not be ready to withdraw, but you know that you're going to withdraw. You can withdraw at this point without the penalty. Right? So you know that if your account doesn't mature, if you have not met that order amount, there's going to be a 20% penalty on the trade, the withdrawal from the trading account. So if you decide to withdraw from the trading account, I'll go back to that a second, Rika. If you withdraw from the trading account and you don't double, you don't reach the order amount, don't reach 525 that you put in initially. If it don't double, then you're going to, when you try to take it out from the trading, because to withdraw, you have to move the money from the trade to transfer to the exchange, and then you withdraw. So when you're moving the money from the trade to exchange, they're going to charge you 20% of your money. And then you know that usually to take the money off the platform, we pay 12%. So that's 32%. So you want your money to double, right? So that's the trick to check, right? So let's do it. I want you all to do this exercise with me. You're following along. Teacher coming out now. So we're doing it. It's a practical exercise. So we're going to go back. Rika asked how we do this. We go to invited me. You click on copy in history. So right here, right bit, I think on the phone it's gonna be right above or right near where you see the please enter code, right? Same place in a sense. You click copy in history and all your information comes up. Are you seeing that, Rika? Are you seeing that, everybody? Anybody who's following from their phone or their device? Coming to the hands. Just keep them up a second. I just want to finish this point because I want to make this point and then I can, oops, I'm off again. So invited me, copy in history, and the hand is blocking my thing so I can't, okay, see the chat. All right, so yes. Carlene, no, Shaddai, so come again, but Shaddai, who would have to be at 1,050? The person. What would the person have invested for them to be at 1,050? They'd have invested $1,000. That would be $1,000 investment, right? Right. So the 525 investment does not have to be at 1,050. The 525 investment, the order amount has to say 525 or more. So we like to say double. Right, so that's why I'm doing this lesson. So we like to say double, but it's not quite double. Is that your investment, your order amount has to be the same. So they want to make sure that whatever you put in, they have used it up in order before. They have used it up in trade orders before you can withdraw. So if your money double, that means your money reach 1,000. The truth is, yes, your money I got technically. Yes and no, because for example, Andra, is this, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Right. So for example, Audra, this morning, Audra and I did this exercise. So this morning, can I share your business, Audra, a little?
Sure, I don't mind.
Right. So this morning, Audra and I did this exercise, and when are you able to share your screen? No, it's okay. This morning we did this exercise. Audra started last month, February 17th or so, Audra. That's why I mess on. Listen to me now.
Oh, February, a little bit earlier, I think, somewhere around there.
All right, yes, a little bit earlier. So Audra started in February. So at breaking it down, we for the purposes of coming in, when you're coming into the business, we tell you double your money, right? Because we're not gonna go into all of this. This are when you're in the business, right? So the purpose is we tell you to double your money. So what I'm now clarifying now is really how it really works. Okay? So, what happens, for example, Audra started with $500. Today, her account is at $800, right? 800 and say $60. That's where Audra's account is at. However, Audra can withdraw without paying the penalty. Her account has not doubled. Audra and I withdrew from her account this morning to test this theory and she paid no penalty, right? Why is that? When we went to Audra's copying history, Audra's total amount of the order was what, 540 or 560 some dollar, Audra?
Yeah, it was five
Right.
25.
Right, it was 540 something, Andra. What it means is that she had used her initial investment was $500. Her total amount of order is 540 something dollars. So that means she has met the trade in total. The amount in trade, she has met her trade requirement. Right? So that is what you need to know. So we tell the news people that their money must double. But the reality is, it doesn't quite need to double, right? What it is important is that you need to know that you meet the order amount, which is I put in $525. This is the hardest part to process. That's why I'm going so slow. And that's why I'm not taking the questions to interrupt it. I put in $525, so the order amount has to be at $525 before I can withdraw. Tell me if you understand, because I'm going to complicate things a little bit more for you. So tell me if you don't understand how it go. So she has to trade the same amount that worth that she's invested on. Yes, you have to make the same amount of trades that you've in trades that you have invested to be able to withdraw. That's what it is. So even though I know you probably sit down and say, all right, man, wait till my account with 1,050, because we do that. I did that, wait till and that's fine. That's great. You get more, right? But the truth is that you could have actually withdraw from your account the $850 still. Right. And it's usually after 50, after 50 trades, okay. Possibly that's the case. All right. It doesn't have to be 60 days.
Maybe
I
that
think
maybe
yeah.
that is right because mine says 77 trades.
77 trades says, yeah, a little over 50 trades, I think you're ready to withdraw, right? And so that could be six, but you could make that 50 trades 70 in 30 days. Because if somebody coming in with people and they're getting bonus trades, I remember who made that in 2 weeks because they got like a week of bonus trades because they brought in two people right behind them, right? So they did that. They within 2 weeks they could have just withdrawn, right? Yes, Mrs. Bailey say you don't know, right? That's why we're there training to the Mrs. Bailey. We learn, right? Yeah, man. So yes, and I didn't know. I probably learned a lot of this like months in my BG journey, right? So that's why I am so invested in sharing what I have learned, and I've learned more too. I learned more about these things. So here I'm tell you one little joke now. It not done here, so Did you know that Every money you put into the trading account has to double before you take out money. Anybody, you have to make sure every money doubles. So Marie, so many of my learning experiences through helping people. I'll tell you, I learned a lot by helping others. And then every time I'm helping people and I go and I see the disappointment and them upset about the things that happen and I go, oh my God, this is so wonderful. And the people are like, what? I say, oh my God, and I say, Marie, you know my line, I guess we pay to learn. Right? So sometimes you have these unfavorable experiences and we learn, and I'm like, oh my God, I guess you pay to learn, right? So Marie is still here or she has left. You withdraw.
And here,
Right, Marie, so tell them about your learning experience, one of our first interactions with this.
just by fooling around on DSJ unknowingly, we didn't know that. I didn't know that there were um wait, I say what's the right word?
The panel, the whole.
It was dangerous to be just moving from trade to exchange, just trying out something, not knowing that the repercussions would be bad.
What were
So
the
when I reached out
repercussions?
to, yeah, when I
Mm-hmm.
reached out to Kedisha after meeting her through the group chat, we were able to figure it out as to what really happened after messaging DSJ help. It was confirmed, right, Kadisha?
Right. So what Marie did, so Marie now have our money doubled, money tripled, I think, at that time. And Marie accidentally moved $2,800 from the trading account into the exchange and move it back into the trading account. So when she was ready to take it out, they charged she couldn't, she saw a notification that says she'd have to pay a penny. She had like, because it gives you a notification to tell you how much you have left. So it's always important. And I'll show you that. I'm going to show you I'm going to actually use my account as a guinea pig in a second. So when Marie was trying to take out the money, a notification come up and tell her she have $2,800 left before she can withdraw without penalties. And she was like, what? But that don't make no sense. My money double long time, right? And we realized that every time you put money into the trading account, that money has to be used up in order amount again before you can withdraw. So let me show you. Thank you for that. Somebody put the message here. If the transaction volume is insufficient, you will need to complete 132.98. So this person account for them to finish, they have to complete $132.98, or if they continue with taking the money out, they will pay a 20% handling fee for the trade. And Professor said it's not a penalty. We love say penalty. Professor told us the other day it's not a penalty, it's a handling fee. So we like to say penalty, but it's not a penalty. It happened to you last Thursday, Judith, right? It is a reality that it has happened to a lot of people. I've spoken to a lot of people who are, experienced this. Yes, Melissa, I can take questions now. So I'll take some questions, about 2 or 3 questions before I go on.
Hi, good night.
Hi, Melissa.
I'm new to all of this, so I'm just bear with me, please.
Sure.
So I started with $1,000, right? And my last trade that I did this morning, I'm up to 2017. Is that the double amount, or do I have to go in the back to see the double amount?
Let's go in the back to see. I think you would have been there already. So let's go. You remember what I told you to do? Go to invited
Um,
me.
uh-huh.
Go to copy in history.
Yeah, I'm there now.
What does it say? The
So
total. Go ahead.
the first one, it says the total amount of the order. It
Mm-hmm.
says 1,597.73.
So you can withdraw, right? Because you start with 1,000, you're at 1,500. So you would have used your other total at 1,500. Here's the question though, before I even say, because I'm going on to the other thing. You seem, let me use language properly. You seem to be able to withdraw. Did you ever add any money to that account?
No, no, I
So you've
didn't.
never added anything to the trading account since then?
No, no.
Okay, so if you've never added anything to the trading account, you'll be able to withdraw. To confirm that though, there are two things to do. So if in your process of trying to withdraw from the trading account, you get a pop-up like the one that you see Judith shared in the chat,
Uh-huh.
then you need to stop and read it, which I doubt you will get a pop-up, right? If you don't get a pop-up, it means that you're good, you've met your requirements, and if you look, the money will just go straight to the exchange, right? If you're still afraid and you don't want to push through with it, you still kind of feel anxious and you want to make sure, then reach out to the DSG customer service. If you look on your screen, you see where you go for account information.
Mm-hmm.
Across from the little boy in the blue, you see a white head with a headphone.
Yeah,
Click on
I know
that.
where to find it.
Yeah, and ask them, am I, am I able to withdraw? Just ask them basically, have I met the requirement to withdraw from my trading account without penalty? And they'll tell you yes.
Okay, 'cause the thing is, I don't want to, I don't want to withdraw. I just wanted to grow it.
Right, just yeah, man, definitely. But just for when you're ready. So you're good now. You're
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
You don't have a problem.
yeah.
Or as Trevor said, try with
Okay,
$1. All right. So,
okay then.
okay, are there any other questions? I'll take another question before I go on to the next lesson.
You have raised hands.
Kedisha,
Yes.
I remember once, I don't know if I missed it because I had to take a call not too long ago. You were saying something about testing, moving from trade to exchange to test it with $1. I think you told me something like that one time.
Right. And Trevor is saying the same thing too, to
Oh,
test it with $1.
right. So
Right.
that, if you have to double back $1, if
Mm-hmm.
it comes out or whatever,
They
it
take
won't protect.
20% of $1.
Right.
All right. King
Right.
Arthur has had his hand up so long and he's been waiting patiently, Mr.
Good
Go
evening, good
ahead.
evening, good evening, good evening, good evening to everyone. Thank you for the information that I'm getting. I have one question that's relevant where you are at now. Whilst going to any of the presentations before, the narrative is not just about doubling, but also 100 trades.
Mm-hmm.
Which I figure that is 50 days assuming that you take all the trades. But
Right.
what is the significance? And if it's saying the wording is 100 trades are you accountable. So what's the R? How does that mesh into the whole thing?
I mean, that is really just um easy narrative. So 100 days, which it kind of is not too far off. Easy narratives, you're not losing out.
Okay.
It's just a narrative because if I want to introduce you to the business, I'm not giving you all of the nitty-gritty, right? So this is the nitty-gritty. So this is just easy packaging. Double your money in the days. So give it the 100 trades or 50 days, your money double, right? Easy narrative to sell
So
because
it's not a either or, is that eventually it's going to be a double in anyway.
it going double anyway.
Okay,
You
okay.
don't lose. You don't
Okay.
lose. But for the purposes of this training, I'm just helping you to understand, especially the deeper understanding, allow you not to do the little
Okay, thank you.
mishaps along the way. But there's nothing wrong. They're both, it works either way, right? It's just to fully understand what you're working with. All right. So the other thing is, all right, so let me just go on now. Let me show you. So now, yeah, that's it, right? Now, what you also have to understand, all right, let me take the other hand, one hand, because I did say three. So I'll take Samsung SME055F. You can go ahead. Your hand is raised, Samsung. There you go, Trevor, right? You see, I'm not the maths person, so you can't.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
I'm new to here. Just here to find out what's going on.
Oh, so you are not a BG member, you're just been invited to the to learn about BG? All right. So I don't know if we can do a big presentation tonight. I don't know if anybody, KD wants to probably share a video at the end for the visitors. KD, would you be able to do that? Miss KD still with us? All right. So this is really a BG training session, but we will do introduction to BG at the end. For those who are new here, been invited to just come and listen, and you're like, what is happening? All right, we will just do, I'll not do a full presentation, I'll just share one of the videos about BG and to get the visitors to have an idea. But this is a training for our members to kind of have them understand
Hi
the tool
there,
that they're
Khadijah.
working with.
Did you call my name then?
Yes,
Yeah.
Katie, I realize we have quite a few visitors on the call.
Okay.
So they want to know a little bit about BG. So I'm saying I'm going to try to wrap up in a bit and I'm going to ask you if you could share one of the videos you normally share for us.
Yes,
There they
sure.
are.
Sure. I'd have to come in. I'll come in with my phone and then I can do the actual presentation there.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Katie. All right. So back on track. So I'm gonna wrap up and then probably we'll have a part two for some other things. So there are two things I want to touch on before I wrap up, and then there's some other things I have, but I'm not going to do them today. All right, so the other thing though that I want to show you though is understanding that it don't end there though after your money doubles and the whole withdrawal handling fee, let's call it handling fee. Professor says not a penalty, it's a handling fee, right? So it's a handling fee. So my account has doubled, right? And I can easily transfer. So let me show you some. Let me do an exercise with you. Now I am going to withdraw some money. I'm going to transfer money out of my trading account into my exchange, right? Because that's what you're going to do. You want to always, when you want to withdraw, you have to start by taking it out of the trading account, putting it into the exchange. And if I would have doubled, so I don't expect to have any penalties, I think. Is this the account that I did it from this morning? No, it was Audra's account, so it wasn't mine, right? So I'm going to take out $20. I'm going to transfer it. And you see, it's submitted successfully. But good, right? I took out $20. I am good. So I clearly have double. Don't have any penalty. I'm fine. I want to put back that $20 in my trading account. So I'm going to do the thing that Marie do. I'm moving money back and forth, right? I'm going to put back that $20 in my trading account. So again, I'm going to transfer it back to my trading account. So I'm moving it from exchange to trade. All right, that's set up that way. I want to put back my $20 because that was just a test. All right, no accounts for no fees for putting the money there, it's telling me. However, transferring from contract account to spot account requires a trading volume of 100% of the transferred funds. I want us to pay attention to this last line. Transferring from contract account to spot account requires a trading volume of 100% of the transferred funds, right? So me gone, me not pay it no mind, me gone about my business. And somebody said, Kedisha, I want $850. I said, Lord, me have $800. All right, me take out the $50 out of my account again, right? I'm going to transfer back out that $20. You think I'm going to be able to transfer out that $20 just like that?
No.
Can't do it. If I decide to do that, I'm going to pay fees. Look at it. The message comes up. Oh, wait, no. Cancel. I have to move it from trade to exchange. I want to take out the $20. Ooh, look there. If the transaction volume is insufficient, you still need to complete 20 transaction volume or deduct 20% handling fee for transfer. If I take out my $20, they're going to take 20% and they're going to put 20% or 20. Maths people, give me help. I'm only going to get what? $12 or so?
But isn't it 20 plus 12? That's 32% to get it completely out? Or is that what's
No,
going
they're
on?
going to be sending over only $12 over there.
Okay.
So they're going to take out, so when they send the $20, they're going to deduct 20% for the transfer. So if they transfer the money over into the trade, I'm only going to get, you see, last time I got the full $20, this time I'm only going to get $12. Am I right, people? Help me out. No, I'm not good with maths, 20%. No, it's
It's $4
$16.
me. See, I don't know.
$16. You see, I tell you, maths is not my thing. Right? I'm going to get $16. So I'm going to cancel that because I don't want that. I don't want to pay that fee, right? So, what is the lesson here? Every time you move money into that trading account, that money has to be used up in order amount. That total, so is until I do, but this won't be hard. It's $20. So by tomorrow I can transfer out fine, right? Because I think one of my that not catch you again, right? So I mean, it has caught a lot of people, right? So therefore, you have to, right? So yes, thanks, Karina. So $16. So yeah, so yeah, you gotta be careful about how you're moving, and you have to read. Once something pop up, read it. Don't just click, oh, okay, right? So be careful how you move. Every time you put money in, you get your bonus, and you decide to put that $25 over, you make that $25 use up in trade. You get your what do you call it? You get your dividends, and you get $150, $30, you put it in that trading account. You make sure that money, before you can pull from that trading account, that $30, that $150, that $500 is used up in trading, in order amount, right? In orders in the trade. Oh no, everybody with me? Tell me if you know with me now. As I say, I wanted to leave here with at least one something, and I'll have achieved my objective. All right, everybody's with me. Tell me now, Lord man, I'm online, talk to me now.
Yes, we're with you,
Yes, we're with
darling.
you.
Yeah, not behave like my student them. Don't do that. All right, so good. All right, so where are we now? So yes, so that is the point. I want to make that point clear. So my last point before I bring Katie on, let's go back to bond chat. Like I learn little things and I just like to share them. So bond chat, many of us all right, many of us, some people are thinking of taking their children on. If you're like me, you might have, your family members who are mature and they can't handle the thing. To tell them to download Bunchat and talk on Bunchat at daytime. Give me a second. If I'm gonna share this. Yes, let's talk about our children. So remember now, BG allows you to no have minors on, so your children who are below the age of 18 can become members of BG. We're all aware of that.
Yes, I do.
Right.